Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today my setup is a little bit different. I wanted this video to be a little bit more cash because I'm going to be talking about life and things like that, and I don't really see the need to, have my whole setup for that because I'm talking about like my life update and things that are just going on with me right now. And just so I'm not sitting here talking to you guys like a weirdo, I'm gonna put on a face mask while I do it because I have to be doing something, otherwise I feel weird. So if anyone cares, I'm gonna be using the Glossier Mega Greens Galaxy Pack. It's a detoxifying face mask, and this is just, I feel like this is probably my favorite mask just because it feels like a smoothie on your face. It's just really creamy. And yeah, but anyways, back to life. So I haven't been on YouTube in a while, and I haven't uploaded in probably like 4 weeks, which is a super long time. You never want to take like super long breaks like that, especially on YouTube when you're like just starting out. Like consistency is key, but life happens, things get in the way or whatever. So I don't know where to start. Okay, let's try the beginning. So I basically have some health issues going on right now, and it started, I would say, around December, like right around graduation time. So I personally thought it was just because I was stressed because I was having a graduation party and I was having a lot of different family coming in, and it was just a stressful time for me a little bit. So I got sick. I had some like chest pain, some back pain, and like a little bit of a cough. So it was like a different type of sick. My lungs felt like, I didn't know at the time that it was my lungs, but now I know, like when my lungs hurt, it was just like painful. Like I can feel it from the front and the back. And it got worse when I laid down, and I was just basically miserable for a couple days. And then I decided to go to the emergency room probably like a week before graduation. So I went to the emergency room and they basically told me that I had bronchitis. So bronchitis is just like a lung infection, I guess. Like I don't know what it is exactly. I mean, I knew at the time because I was like, oh my gosh, what is bronchitis? But yeah, so I was diagnosed with bronchitis, and they didn't really give me anything at the emergency room. They kind of gave me like pain medication, but like nothing really to cure the bronchitis. So I didn't really know how it was gonna go away. Usually, like, I don't know what they're supposed to use for like bronchitis, but all they gave me was pain medication, and yeah, I think that's all they gave me, and like nothing really to make the bronchitis go away, because I guess they said like it goes away on its own. But so I was dealing with that, so I'm just thinking like, oh my gosh, this bronchitis is like never gonna go away, because I remember like I had issues from December until March. So then so I still had like prolonged issues for like a long time. So I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like I don't know any sickness that lasts like this long. I was just ignoring the fact that my lungs were hurting. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take more pain medication, do like a breathing treatment, and it'll be fine. So then this one morning, I remember because it was the day after my grandma's birthday. So on March 26th, I woke up around like 10, everything was cool, and then I was like downstairs around like 11:30, and I was just like talking to my family, and then like I laughed and I heard like this weird like noise in the back of like my throat kind of, and I was like, what the heck is that? Because I've never like heard anything like that. So then I was like making myself do it, like I was kind of like coughing, but like I don't know how to explain it. Coughing, but not coughing. And I was like, oh my gosh, do you guys hear that? What the heck is that? So then I go to the bathroom, and I cough, and then I feel like something's coming up. So I cough in the sink and it's blood. So I'm coughing up blood and I'm just like, are you serious? Like, I don't know what the heck is going on. So I got dressed and everything, and I went to urgent care. And then I went to urgent care. I was like, I don't really know what's going on. I just know I was coughing up blood like 20 minutes ago. It's not happening right now because I'm not making myself do it because it was really gross. So it's like I didn't want to feel that. So yeah, so I was at the emergency room. They made me wear a mask. They were pretty quick with it, like getting me into a room, and like they had to run some tests. The doctors asked me questions about my like past medical history. I told them like I have bronchitis. Is it like that or something? They were thinking like, I don't know, they probably thought I had Ebola or something, because they were asking me if I've been out the country and stuff. So I did a chest x-ray, and then they said that they saw something like in my lung. They saw a mass. That's what they said. So they're like, okay, we're gonna do a CT scan and get like a better look of it. So I was like, what the heck? So I had my little sister there with me, and so we're just sitting there watching TV. She was like researching Us because we were supposed to go see it that weekend, and she just likes to ruin movies, I guess. But yeah, so we were in the room just waiting, and then basically the doctor over there in the urgent care told me that I have a blood clot. And well, he said that I have a pulmonary embolism, which is a blood clot in my lung. And they were like being like really serious about it. They were like, how did she drive? Is she gonna be able to get home? You have to go by ambulance. So I'm like, whoa, calm down. So I was like really anxious, and I was like texting my parents and like telling them, like they're telling me I have to get into an ambulance and all this other stuff. So my sister drove home, and the like, and I don't know, are they paramedics? Yeah. So the paramedic came in, or the ambulance, I don't know. The ambulance came after like 40 minutes. I'm like, okay, serious, it's literally not that serious if they're taking this long. But then they got there and they're asking me a bunch of questions. They were asking the doctors what they did previously, and then I was just talking to them because I was watching Grey's Anatomy, and I was like having them explain to me what was going on. And they were basically saying like a lot of people die from this, like a lot of people don't catch it in time. It's like really serious. So I'm like, whoa, calm down. So I go to the we get into the ambulance, we go over to the hospital emergency room, and then they ended up admitting me. And I only stayed in the hospital for like a day and a half. They wanted me to stay for 2 days, but I was like, literally, like, I feel fine. Like, just give me the medication and I can like go home. Other than the coughing, like I felt totally normal. So and I wasn't coughing up the rest of that day. So I stayed a day and a half, and they let me go early, and they basically just said like, you're gonna have to take this medicine, these blood thinners, so that the blood clots, it doesn't stop the blood, your blood from, it stops your blood from clotting. It doesn't get rid of the blood clots. Your body does that on its own. It's just helping prevent like the thing to get bigger. So I've been taking the medicines like twice a day. I take it every 12 hours. So yeah, I've just been doing that for the past 3 months. So then June rolls around, and let me see, and this is the recent why I've been gone recently. So June 20th, well, like a week before June 20th, I had been coughing. I've like increased shortness of breath, but I figured it was like because I was still going to the gym, so I was like, maybe I'm just doing a little bit too much at the gym and I just need to cut back. So I stopped going to the gym for a week, but I still had increased shortness of breath, and I had some chest pain, and I was coughing for like a week straight, like just like a dry cough, like a cough of nothingness. So I had the chest pains for about a day, and when the chest pains come, it's like I can't really handle it because it hurts, and it hurts to breathe, it hurts to lay down. So I sat through the chest pain for a day because I'm like, okay, if this isn't gone by tomorrow morning, I'm going to the hospital. I don't care. So it was still hurting the next day. So I got up, took a shower, and went straight to hospital. I was there by like noon. So I get to the hospital and they asked me about my medical history. I told them like I had bronchitis a couple months ago, and then I told them that I have a pulmonary embolism, and they pulled up my records and everything. And well, I went back, not to the hospital, I went to my urgent care, like my primary care office or whatever. So I told him that, and then he did another chest x-ray. It was a different doctor. So he did a chest x-ray, and he told me that the clot was like twice, like doubled in size in like 3 months or whatever. So he was like, yeah, you're gonna have to go to the hospital. And he gave me the option to either drive or you know, go in an ambulance. I chose drive. So we drove to the hospital, again the same hospital that I was admitted to in March. So yeah, I was just in there. They were doing their own tests, and one of the doctors from the emergency room, basically he ordered a CT scan for me so they can get a closer look. And he basically came back and said, no, it's not a blood clot, it's a mass. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what that means. So he was like telling me like, oh, so basically you have a mass in your lung, you have a blood clot on the right, and then you have a mass on the left. And I'm just like, damn. But I didn't really know what a mass was, so I was just like, okay, like, give me the medicine to get rid of it. So he was talking, he said like, we don't know if it's malignant, and we don't know if it's benign yet. And then like, I just remember from watching Grey's Anatomy, like those are like cancerous terms. So I was like, malignant, that's cancer. So I'm like, hold on. So he was like, oh, you're taking this really well. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm just like, because I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm gonna wait till you leave the room and look up all these terms. So he left, and I looked it up, and then I was just like, oh Lord, I'm gonna die. Not really, kind of. Like, I didn't say it to anyone, but I'm just thinking like, what is going on? Like, this is happening way too fast. So I ended up getting admitted to the hospital. They told me they were gonna do a biopsy on me to like basically like do surgery to get a piece of the mass and basically test it and see if it's benign or malignant. I was at the hospital for a long time. So basically they said that they're not gonna be able to do the biopsy until Monday. It was like turning into Friday. So I was like, okay. And they were like, well, we're gonna need you to stay in the hospital until Monday. So I had to sleep in the hospital over the weekend. And Monday came, and yeah, they had like a bunch of IVs hooked up to me, like one with like blood clot medicine going through it, one with like just a standard IV. They were drawing my blood every 6 hours. They were giving me medication. It was just a lot going on. I like barely slept because somebody was coming into my room literally every 4 hours doing something. Then I was getting blood drawn every 6 hours, so it was just exhausting. But so Monday was here, and the doctor before Monday, they basically told me what a biopsy was, what they were doing and stuff like that. So he said that he was gonna have to like cut, I have the scar right here, it's really ugly, but so they had to like cut open right here and then go in like with a camera and like a tool to try to get a piece of the mass and be able to test it, see if it's cancerous or not. And yeah, so they did that on Monday. I wasn't overly nervous about the surgery. I mean, I was kind of like anybody would be about surgery. It was just like, that's wild. Like, surgery is wild because you go in and it's just a risk. Like whenever you go in for surgery, it's always a risk. So I feel like I was a little bit more calm about it though, because I just don't like freaking out about stuff. So I was just trying to be chill. So they did it. They told me they weren't able to actually get a piece of the mask because the placement of it is like so like deep in my chest, and like I don't know, I guess it would be too risky for them to actually get a piece of the mass. So they had like to get a piece of my lymph node and test it, because I guess basically that's the second best, because if it was cancerous or whatever it is, it would spread to my lymph nodes first. So they took 3 pieces, like 3 different lymph node pieces to check it, and I had to stay in the hospital 2 days after surgery. So I didn't get out of the hospital until I think it was Wednesday. I was able to leave the hospital. So yeah, I didn't leave until Wednesday, and it really hurt. It felt like after, like I didn't feel anything, like literally you go in and they put you to sleep. I was low-key trying to fight it. Like I was like laughing a little bit, like in my head. I hope I wasn't like smiling or anything, because that'd be weird. But I was like laughing in my head because it was starting to get like woozy and like dizzy kind of. So I was just laughing because I was like, wow, this is really happening. But I woke up and I was just like, I just remember like I kept like looking side to side. I'm like, oh, I'm awake, like everything's cool. But yeah, so they told me it takes 3 to 5 days to get the results, and yeah, they told me that they would call me. They literally never called me. So I waited like 2 weeks after I left the hospital, didn't get a call. So then I just went on Tuesday. I went on Monday, but they were closed. So then I went again on Tuesday, and I got the results, and they came back benign. So it's not cancerous, it's a tumor. So I have a tumor on my lung, and it's gonna have to get removed eventually. So I have an appointment on Saturday to discuss how they're going to remove the tumor. So yeah, that's just like a little update. I don't know, it was really long. I tried to keep it as short as possible, but I talk a lot, so sorry if I couldn't do that. Yeah, so it's Thursday night right now, so I have a doctor's appointment in 2 days. Kind of anxious because I just want to know like what they're gonna do and when they're gonna do it, and I just need to know everything, because like it's kind of scary just knowing you're living with like a growing tumor inside. But at least it's not cancer. I'm thankful. You know, those are the results that people pray for when they're in like a position like mine, so I'm glad that I have more of the upside of that. I'm just staying really positive. It's hard not to think about it because it does like still give me back pains, and I can't really take any medication, any like pain medication while I'm on my blood thinners, so I kind of just have to deal with it. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on why I haven't been filming or uploading. I couldn't move my neck for like a long time, for like a week I would say, and it still kind of hurts now, but I'm clearly more mobile. I don't know, I felt like Frankenstein. Honestly, it felt like Frankenstein. I felt like my head was gonna fall off. Like I was literally like getting out of the bed like so stiff. Like I just that experience is just not fun, and I'm trying not to think about like surgery or what else I'm gonna have to do and what else I'm gonna be in pain and what else I'm not gonna be able to do. So I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be able to upload, but YouTube is definitely on my mind all the time still. I just have to fit it in, you know, when I'm feeling good, because I have a lot more down days than up days, and I'm just trying to, you know, get past these little health issues at the moment. So please don't hate me for not uploading. I appreciate I appreciate you guys for staying subscribed and, you know, still viewing whatever content I put out there. I think moving forward, I'm definitely going to be doing a little bit more lifestyle vlogs, just because I don't think I'm going to be able to just like sit and do makeup all the time. So, and I want to upload, so I'm probably going to have to let you guys in a little bit more, just so I have like some content to give you guys. So just bear with me while I figure things out, and hopefully I have a speedy recovery so I'm able to get back to the gym and get back to life and just get back to doing things that I love to do. So I've talked an awful lot. Didn't expect to talk this much, and I didn't expect that it would take this long, you know, but it is what it is. I am going to wash this face mask off now because it's about time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.